So, good morning, all faculty members, students, and other participants of this one-day seminar on the semiconductor facilities or semiconductor manufacturing in India. So, I am going to give a brief overview of the what is semiconductor, why it is important, where it is used, and what are the what is the financial stability this semiconductor can provide if it is manufactured in India. So first and foremost thing is that we have to understand what is semiconductor. So semiconductor is a material which has a conductivity in between insulator and the metal. So neither it is a metal or nor it is a what you call as insulator. The semiconductors are used as a silicon or germanium or compounds such as gallium arsenide or cadmium selenide. So majority of the semiconductors are prepared from the silicon, and the silicon is a essential ingredient for the semiconductor to be manufactured. So this industry or this semiconductor manufacturing will provide us a wide range of opportunity in terms of import burden, in terms of employment, in terms of manufacturing, in terms of Atmanirbhar or self-reliance Bharat. The self-reliant Bharat cannot be succeeded unless and until we manufacture most of the items in our own country. Otherwise, the situation will so happen, or situation may so happen that before 1 year back, when India has put a ban on this import of the semiconductor components which are required for the manufacture of mobile phones, computers and other digital facility, what is called as gadgets, electronic gadgets. So in that time, the industry has slowed down, which has been faced by the countries. So the credit goes to the visionary Honorable Prime Minister of India, Mr. Narendra Modi ji, which has envisaged as a dream and which has become a reality today. Reality in the sense, although we are not going to manufacture from today, but we will have 3 manufacturing facilities in and around the country. One of the such facility will be installed or will be established in a place called Jagirut in Morigaon district, which is very much near to the state capital of Guwahati. So Assam is indebted to the Honorable Prime Minister as because he has gifted us a good industry or a bright industry which is the driving mechanism for the Industrial Revolution 4.0. So in the era of digital evolution or Industrial Revolution 4.0, there are certain things which has to come into picture. There are certain technologies which may seem as a disruptive technologies in today, and these disruptive technologies will occupy a places where we cannot move around. The digital technology has got a wide application ranging from the pressure meter, what electronic pressure meter we use today, what glucometer we use today to measure the blood glucose, what electronic thermometer we use today, what electronic balance we use today, each and every place where these semiconductors are is of use and is of great importance. Let us assume if the things happened before 1 year back, when the China has refused to supply the semiconductor chips as well as the semiconductor devices to our country, instead of having the bilateral export-import agreement, the mobile industry comes to a standstill, or it has come to a stand. So due to this reason, at that time, the mobile industry could not grow up as per the requirements, which in turn has an impact on the GDP or production capacity of those facilities. India imports semiconductor devices primarily from China, $3.1 billion, Singapore, $32 million, Hong Kong, $214 million, Vietnam, $198 million, Thailand, $182 million. The fastest growing import markets of semiconductor devices for India between 2021 to 22 were Vietnam, Thailand, and Japan. So we have to understand that these small countries, which are geographically more smaller than us, which have got less younger population than us, are importing these semiconductor chips and devices to our country, and they will not far when these countries may not be able to supply these semiconductor devices due to their own essential requirements, when the Industry 4.0 will be full-fledged in the place, and when Industry 5.0 will come into picture. Due to this reason, to become a self-reliant nation and to become a developed nation, we have to have the manufacturing facilities for the semiconductor chips and its semiconductor devices, so that we can become Atmanirbhar in terms of the use of semiconductors. At the same time, we can save huge amount of import burden of semiconductor and semiconductor devices. So, the import of semiconductor devices and semiconductor chips, including amplifiers and other electric circuits, has gone to 1 lakh crore in 2020-21, and the last year it has increased to 1.3 lakh crore. If 1.3 lakh crore can be kept in our own country, then this will definitely increase the GDP of the country, and the dream to become 10 trillion economy during the coming 5 years or so will come into picture, and we can have a third economy of the entire world. The economy cannot be boosted up by the method of selling goods and earning commission out of it. As we know that manufacturing gives fivefold increase in the employment potential and economic potential as compared to selling of goods with a mere commission or mere profit. So that is why the semiconductor manufacturing will give us the boost to boost up this economy by raw material, supply of raw material, then it goes to the manufacturing process, then it goes to the marketing process, then it goes to the that CNF agent or the dealer or that the distributor, and then it will go to the market through the retailer. That means this is a fivefold economy which can be reached through the manufacturing process, which will take place in our own country. It is very important to know that the Milton product which we use, that is not manufactured in our country, only it has been manufactured in some other countries of the world, and it has been imported to our country, and this import is distributed by the Hamilton India Private Limited, which is a subsidiary of that company of foreign origin. So my point is that if the Milton products can be manufactured in our own country, then this will give fivefold economy, instead of which we are getting only threefold economy. When there is a manufacturing, there is a huge potential for employment, there is a huge potential for indirect employment in the vicinity of that plant, which in turn boost up the unemployment situation, which will boost up the employment situation of our own country. So if it is so, then the Indian semiconductor industry is projected to achieve a market value of $55 billion by 2026. If we are so much crazy about the semiconductors, because we have to be crazy, otherwise we do not have any option with us. In that case, the semiconductor industry or semiconductor manufacturing facilities must be installed in our own country. As you know, the semiconductor industries, semiconductors are used in a wide range of products, like electronic vehicle, then the medical, cardiac pacemakers and other health and heart and respiratory monitors, miniature drug delivery system, neurological stimulators, neurological sensors, orthopedic sensors, then glucose meter, so on and so forth. Semiconductor chips helps to optimize the engine performance, which we are using now. All our commercial vehicles as well as the private vehicles or cars which we use today are run by a chips which is manufactured out of the semiconductors, and otherwise we will be nowhere if those chips were not coming to our place through the import. And then what will happen? The whole automobile industry, which is giving us a tremendous boost in the GDP growth of this country, will come to a standstill. India exports a sizable number of motor vehicles and motorcycles to the other countries like South Africa and other countries, out of which India is gaining a lot of money from this export of these vehicles and motorcycles. So if it is so, then this electronic vehicle will be coming up in a very big way, because we do not have that much of natural fuel. Obviously, the natural fuel means it will going to an end in due course of time, but we don't know when and how it will end. But as per the prediction of the petroleum engineers, it may last for another 60 years or whatever it may be. We have to go for the alternate fuel or alternate vehicles like electric vehicle and etc. to mitigate to curb this one what is called as air pollution, climate change, greenhouse gas emission, etc. We have observed that this particular climate change effect in our own country, own state, where the climate is changing drastically from previous year and the previous year, and it will lead to a disaster in due course of time. So computer chips, what is called as chip, is a tiny wafer, that means small wafers of semiconducting material with an embedded electronic circuit. These are all technical terms, but simply what you call as chips is a tiny wafer which is called as, which used for the other electronic devices and gadgets to be used by the mankind. Data analytics and decision support system also needs these semiconductors and semiconductor wafers. Purification starts how to manufacture the raw material for the this one what is called as silicon. So purification of silica sand or quartz sand with a reducing agent carbon to produce carbon monoxide and silicon. So this is where we call as the sand to silica. The product of this process, known as metallurgical grade silicon, may be as much as 99% pure. This has been established by the RMIT and other Australian scientists and published in a good journals in the year 2022. Isolating silicon from silica is the first step in introducing silicon. To achieve this, a large volume of quartz sand is heated to temperature as high as 1800 degrees Celsius. Pure isolated silicon is the result, which can be obtained from the this one quartz sand. And I am glad to inform you that the test conducted on the Brahmaputra sand, which is in the area of, geographically in the area of Bangladesh, where they have got that the 250 micron fraction, which is firstly grounded, then They slimed at 50 micrometer before mica and feldspar flotation stage, produce a quartz product achieving 99% by weight of silicon dioxide and only 0.03% weight by aluminum trioxide with a quartz content of 98% by weight, which had been proved by Aminur et al. In 2022. And in this line where I am glad to inform you that one of my PhD scholars is also working to find out how much river sand of the North Bank rivers in the state of Assam can be useful to extract the silicon or silica, which is the raw material for the silicon or semiconductor industry. So I am hoping that if this can be achieved by the this can be available from the Brahmaputra sand in the area of that one is Bangladesh, then definitely in the upstream rivers of Brahmaputra we are more optimistic to get it from this particular Brahmaputra river sand as well as the other rivers tributaries of the river Brahmaputra. With this much of word, I thank the organizer, I thank the participant for a patience hearing of my this overview of the semiconductor and its economic potential for the growth and employment of our country and to make the country a Viksit Bharat by 2047. Once again, I thank you and thank you very much for listening, for your patience hearing to my overview, to my small overview on this particular semiconductor, and lot more has to come with the two speakers which are going to come in the next session. Thank you very much.